A Tennessee man is in custody and is facing criminal charges after holding his mother down and beating her repeatedly. At around 3:55 a.m. on the 30th of June, the authorities responded to the Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center in relation to a 54-year-old woman admitted there after being assaulted at a home located at 2300 Coker Avenue in Knoxville, Tennessee. The victim had been brought to the emergency room by her son, identified as 31-year-old Justin Lee Roberts. His mother was suffering from numerous major injuries, including fractures to her face and bleeding to her brain, and was transferred to the UT Medical Center due to the severity of her injuries. Deputies were initially told several different accounts of how the assault allegedly occurred. However, through further investigation and obtaining witness and victim accounts, it was determined that Justin assaulted her. The victim said he held her down by placing his shin on her thighs and repeatedly beat her for hours. Justin is held at the Roger D. Wilson Detention Facility and is charged with attempted second-degree murder and especially aggravated kidnapping. A man has been taken into custody and charged with multiple offences after breaking into a home and attempting to kidnap a young girl. The incident occurred around 10:40 p.m. on the 30th of June in the 1200 block of Northwest 13th Street in Lincoln City, Oregon. 33-year-old Joshua Hawkins got into the home through an unlocked front door and was in the kitchen when the family's 10-year-old daughter walked in. He then grabbed the girl and told her she was a victim of human trafficking and was going to take her away from there. The girl broke free and ran to her parents. The girl's father was able to physically detain the intruder until police arrived. The authorities said he had burglary tools and several hard plastic zip ties that were about 18 inches long. They said he appeared to be under the influence of drugs, so they took him to the Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital to be checked out. After doctors cleared him, a deputy was taking Joshua back to a patrol car when he somehow got out of the handcuffs and started fighting with the officer in the emergency room parking lot. With the help of an emergency room staff member, police got Joshua into custody and no one was injured in the ordeal. Joshua faces charges of burglary, attempted kidnapping, possession of burglary tools, attempting to escape, resisting arrest and disorderly conduct. A Missouri man was found guilty on Thursday of attacking a McDonald's manager with a rake after his daughter was fired from a job for wearing incorrect work attire and using inappropriate language in front of customers. The incident occurred on the 9th of January 2019 when the ex-employee's father, 38-year-old Kendall Cooks, and several others drove two vehicles to the McDonald's outlet in Chesterfield, Missouri, 90 minutes after the dismissal to confront the manager Jeffrey Jackson. Cooks then spotted Jackson inside his Honda CR-V during his break and blocked him in. Jackson refused to talk to Cooks, which infuriated him, so he picked up a 5-foot-long wooden and metal rake he found from a nearby dumpster and began smashing the driver's side window of the vehicle. He then proceeded to beat him repeatedly in the head and arms with the rake. Part of the attack was captured on Jackson's dashboard camera, and evidence from photos showed glass and blood inside the victim's vehicle, and Cooks was arrested. Jackson was hospitalized for a week following the attack. He lost one eye that was replaced with a prosthetic one, and he underwent 5 surgeries to repair his vision to his other eye. Cooks told the investigators that Jackson pushed his daughter out the door of the fast food restaurant after he sacked her. After viewing surveillance footage from inside the McDonald's, it showed that the only contact between Jackson and Cooks' daughter was after the manager slipped and nobody was shoved. Cooks has been charged with assault, armed criminal action, and a felony count of property damage and faces up to 30 years in prison. His sentencing is scheduled for the 11th of August.